MMAfighting.com here with Jake Hager, or Jack Swagger, whatever you want to call him, ahead of Bellator 221 in Rosemont, Illinois. Now, before we get into the MMA stuff, I have to ask you, there was a report this week or last week that Lucha Underground is probably no more. You're still technically the reigning champion, correct?
Correct. I actually didn't hear that. I did an interview this morning, and they brought that up, which is sad because pro wrestling is becoming so popular right now, and that show had such a passionate following. Their fans were unlike any other place that I had been to, just very devoted to Lucha Underground because it was such a different product. I am the current Lucha Underground Heavyweight Championship, but I have not been in contact or contacted by anyone from there.
And your last fight wasn't that long ago. It was, I believe, January, February, around that time. Are you happy with the quick turnaround? I mean, I know you wanted to fight, but you do have the professional wrestling career too. Is this this a pattern we're gonna see in the future? Or are you gonna take longer breaks going down the road?
Yeah, no, I think right now where I'm at in my career is I need to gain experience. I know I can do this. I know I belong, but I need that in-cage experience to really jump the levels and really start competing for the championships that I want to, because anyone who does this, they do it for a reason. You do it because you want to be the best, because you got something to prove, because you have a chip on your shoulder. And so, like right now, at least for this year, we're going to fight again soon after this and keep going with it, because it is a small window. I am 37, and even though my body is still, I feel like, coming into its prime, and I got a lot of years left, you have to be smart and really capitalize on opportunity. And at the same time, it's a good problem to have. You know, ever since that first fight, I've been called by everybody in the pro wrestling world wanting me to come wrestle for them. And so I really I knew this is one of the reasons why I left the WWE in 2017, because I saw this and I saw how I could capitalize on both markets.
How many fights are you looking to get before you think you can throw your name into title contention? That's a good question. I feel like I will be ready in 2020. I think I'm going to fight 2 more times this year. And so I'll have 4 fights under my belt. I think by then or soon after that, I'll be ready to fight a champion like Ryan Bader. Do you think your name will kind of push you closer to the title contention faster? I mean, AJ's 13-0, 13 fights, and he hasn't fought for a title. But then a guy like Brock Lesnar gets, 2 fights, and all of a sudden he's fighting for UFC Heavyweight Championship. Does your name help you?
Absolutely. It's very interesting to see the path that I took, because I had the opportunity back in 2006 to go into MMA and start training like many of my college teammates did at Oklahoma. I chose a different route and went into sports entertainment, and it's something that I think really makes me a better pro fighter, being a pro wrestler, because I have a following, because I have a social following of over 2.5 million people, because I bring a whole nother universe with me. Whether you're a pro wrestler or you're a pro fighter, you want leverage, and having a name and people wanting to see you gives you that leverage to where you can do this smart and get paid accordingly to what your value is. If I would have started this in 2006, it would have been a lot different road. I know that I would not be up here if I did not have that WWE history.
And one final question, not Bellator related. I'm curious if you watched Ben Askren and Jordan Burroughs what did you make of it?
I mean, I think everybody knew that Jordan was going to come out on top. I don't think anyone saw him dominating that way, but whether you're boxing, whether you're amateur wrestling, whether you're fighting, whether you're professional wrestling, you can't go away from it for too long without losing some, because there are levels to it, and you got to stay consistent with it. So I think it was really exciting for amateur wrestling that you can get a high profile, a big fight, so to speak, in amateur wrestling that people want to see.
I love Beat the Streets. Love what they're doing. I think whoever's running that place needs to get with USA Wrestling, needs to get with NCAA Division I Wrestling, and really put their heads together and continue more promotions like that to bring a spotlight to amateur wrestling, which I feel like is the greatest sport on the planet. It just has such a steep learning curve with the rules that the average fan doesn't know what they're looking at. They don't know how difficult it is to do that little move that you just saw and you did not even realize it. So I thought it was very, very cool, and I hope to see more of it.
Would you want to participate? Do you think you...
Absolutely. I would not hesitate to go in there with Kyle Snyder, with a Nick Wadowski, and help amateur wrestling really showcase some of the greats, and at the same time help me out.
What do you make of Jordan Burroughs saying he wants one MMA fight under his belt just to see what it's like, and do you think he could succeed in MMA?
Well, one of the difficult things about amateur wrestling is, there's not a lot of attention to it, so there's not a lot of money to it. And so one of the great things about MMA is you see amateur wrestlers having that opportunity to make money, to make a living, doing what they have loved since they were, 5, 6 years old. So I think once he has one, he's going to want more, because it's a lot of fun to get in there. It really is. Put all the pain beside. It's a lot of fun to get in there and, throw hands and, dominate. It's one of the greatest feelings in the world, and the money is really nice as well.
Well, I appreciate the time, Jake, and good luck on Saturday. I appreciate it too. Good luck.
Bye, man.